guys over from EU and Doombros and NBS. Let's see what 100 Thieves have in store for us on attack. I'm excited to see what they have, what they've been doing in the lab.
Nothing too elegant being cooked off these barriers. It's going to be a straight up walk up here for 100 Thieves. Brownland dealt with pretty quickly. Saturate catches on a Timo. Oh, buddy, this could be ugly. Back away they come. Got to respect John QT on this Teho. Very, very dangerous. A guided salvo with the fear of God in him, and they've already lost Arsena.
What a little combo is that. I'm excited to see more John Teho, by the way. Caillou, just that one.
Down to 3 are Sentinels, but now encroaching here on the site, and Vora is a little uncomfortable pushing forward. There's a sense that someone is drifting about inside that bubble. So we're going to see a double back.
Of course, they have to be worried about the potential for someone, walking down mid, maybe push all the way out B while this action was happening towards A main. And SEN, you're looking at the minimap, they're fine with just playing this 3-stack on A. If it's a noise cut re-hit, all right, we got the numbers. If it's them walking over to that free B side, we have the numbers for a retake. So all good, no real reason to split up. Keep that unit together.
There's always the option there to hit back into A-Link. That's actually being pinged, though, by 100 Thieves now, and it's over towards the B side with Bang, the insert. Wow, hoping to hear something. And he will.
Spike play.
2 fully divided. Maybe Bang can just get one on the cross and then peel away. No, completely biding his time for this flank. Oh, we'll get that free one, and now can play, maybe try to set up a crossfire here with Vora by that mid-link while his IGL is posted up in main.
Cortez is up in tower, though. That's something the 100 Thieves can only really watch with one player. Off the side for the time being, they are. Bang has a Paranoia to work with. There's also a Haunt for Vora. There's some util to sit on right now. Here comes the Paranoia, catches onto 2, but the snake bite means Bang can't advance any further. Vora, though, can get active here from main. He's been hurt, but Cortezia inside the smoke's able to take him down. Time, though, is short. Cortezia has to challenge, but he can't be getting this defuse. And 100 Thieves managed to take it away after going down in these early exchanges. 2v3.
Bang with a really lovely play there. In the 2 versus 3, that's the moment to go for something aggro. Catch out someone so it can be an honest 2v2 playing with Vora. Play that little cross setup with him in main. Already doing some damage to his former team of last year. Bang returning back home, really.
Yeah.
Spent so much time with 100 Thieves and with Asuna and Cryo. Has to just feel so comfortable to be back with those guys immediately.
Yeah, that would concern Cortezia. Obviously, he'd already halfway diffused the spike. That was coming from Bang. He wasn't watching the line. He simply waited and wrapped around as he pushed up towards the Sentinel spawn. Great little adaptation. So heavy presence for Sentinels over on the A side of the map. Smoke there to try and keep him busy. Vora definitely is going to try and rattle the cage. And he's decided he's done enough.
Just keep them a bit occupied over there as the rest of 100 Thieves maneuver towards this B side. And Vora as well as that solo player. He's the one with just a ghost, so if there was some kind of trap play or they went at him, it really doesn't matter if he goes down ultimately.
Here's that Sage Wall of Call, which is a unique aspect of 100 Thieves' take on this map.
There's Vora in mid, a little bit of action. Wouldn't be mad at getting some kills here, even if it's a 1-for-1, that's just 2 orbs heading into that next round, I'm interested in seeing what 100 Thieves have in store for us as far as where Asuna will be putting these walls, because I think when we've seen Sage on this map in the past, a very common mistake was putting the walls way too shallow in the sites where you were denying your own team map control. I feel like we saw that a lot on A, and it's just one of the reasons that the Sage seemed good in theory, but in practice, it just wasn't really working out for the teams running it.
100 Thieves, so it feels like they've managed to get this comp into a much better spot. I think even Timo was saying that he was kind of skeptical about it. Wasn't really sure what the coaches were cooking up, but in practice they found it was getting them some fantastic results. We're not really seeing it yet, of course, too early in the game. Just Sage Wall thrown up to stop that rotate over through mid, but expect to see Asuna demonstrate exactly why this comp is something that 100 Thieves have looked to unveil here in Kickoff.
Early Odin on that defensive side for Caillou. And of course, a quick reminder that this map was updated, and the most overpowered Odin spam lines are gone. There's one in A main. All right, right up close to break that Prowler. Oh my God! At least the trade comes in swiftly from John on the site. Well, that was lightning fast from Cryo. before the saturate even bloomed.
And it's just been no interest here at 100 Thieves in trying to work this mid part of the map. Once again, sticking to the extremities, and Vora's hanging around. Chon over pushes for that bit of information.
Just an entirely raw peek there. Not even a jiggle, not a jump spot. Looked like just a slow walk out.
And SEN are none the wiser. They still don't really have an understanding of what the larger game plan is for 100 Thieves in this round. And why wouldn't you start to swing back in that A direction now? 48 seconds still to play. SEN spread like too little butter over too much bread.
This 100 Thieves team would love to capture a bonus round, extend this early lead, get their economy in such a strong position. Still, there's Odin to deal with. I mean, that box definitely provides some spam. This wall still workable with that high bullet penetration. All of SEN, they managed to get here, by the way. They rotated quickly. And there's 18 seconds left. So
he's going to have to go for this at some point. Caillou, of course, a concern with this Odin. Down to 14. Slow orb deployed to give a little bit of space here on the site. Nasana has to make this plan happen. There will be enough time. Sentinels look to try and get active. Caillou has not moved from this spot. Now swings on out. He's able to claim Timo. There's going to be some room here for 100 Thieves to maybe wrap on that now. Kotzi is dealing with Vora, though. That's a muddling of the mixture. It's going to be on Asuna, who is just sprayed down through that smoke. And it looked like an uncomfortable, barely established post plant there for 100 Thieves.
I think they'll regret giving up a lot of that space on site, maybe feeling like they didn't have any real utility to contest because they didn't. And it seemed like their idea, too, there was, okay, maybe we can fall back, isolate Caillou, who we know is playing elbow, get that kill. Even if we go 1-for-1, we're going to have that man advantage still, and then we can spray, fight over the spike. But because they didn't kill Caillou, all that ended up happening was a total route, lacking all that space then, and no real options to get back in. No paranoia from Bang, for instance. Nothing to get through.
Feels like they walked onto that site with most of their util still intact. Couldn't carve out that alcove for themselves. Pings mid this time. First time 100 Thieves look to try and test this, and it's immediately required to be refracted by Timo. Those guided salvos would have punished him. There's still some wallbang potential on this map.
And all of a sudden, Timotino has nothing to work with on this execute. A guy who has been playing basically only Waylay. Like, at the moment, he has 100 more rounds of Waylay played than the next highest who's playing Waylay in Kickoff.
He played like one map of Jet,
yeah,
I want to say.
Jet once.
And definitely, in the comparison to Narrate, has played vastly more.
Yeah, 100 more. 100 more rounds than Narrate.
Narrate is the next one. Gotcha.
Let's see, Caillou in a bit of trouble. Trying to get close on that swing, but denied.
It's been an issue so far. Cryo's been able to get pretty deep up towards this mid side, but that's really just Caillou's given that space up.
They're trying to activate some kind of split onto A. Asuna maybe walling to make sure they can't be flanked. Just dodge that Nightfall if possible.
Wow, this is dangerous coming through. And they're going to try and push into this, and Caillou just sprays Timotino down. As soon as he's read the wall, actually prevents 100 Thieves from swinging to trade the Odin play around. Now Kotzi is just locking the site down. Flawless round there for Sentinels. There's 100 Thieves. Try a couple different looks here. But losing all that Waylay util early in the round, Timo feels like he's really hampered in his inability to impact the round.
And it does end up making this entire late round feel quite monotonous without him having the ability to play with some pace while they're getting in. And then deciding fairly late to go for the res wall, but that's where the Odin was. So not only does the wall get broken immediately, but Asuna can't even swing because he's going to get bullet tagged through the wall, slowed down, he'd be fried. 100 Thieves still with a strong enough economy, though, to get another buy off, though it's not lacking, or lacking, rather, some of the important weaponry. But that Waylay with a Bucky, that's, I mean, basically acceptable. Rifle. Yeah, it might be better than a rifle sometimes.
Still a pretty heavy exchange of utility. Now Timo that wants to get in, make a good use of this dash. Sees kind of all he needs to there, is up in A halls. He ran headlong into Redux.
I believe he does end up spotting out 2 there. Worth mentioning that Redux isn't on the Yoru right now. He's definitely a flexible player. I think that was something that really came into play with Hubert last year. But has, been primarily in this double duelist role on most of the SEN maps.
Finds the timing here as 300 Thieves players expose themselves on that cross. Tries to ask for more. But this time the Thieves were ready. That leaves them, though, only with Vora towards top mid.
And with this wall in main now up, Vora is feeling extremely isolated. Players on him from both angles, denies that first.
That's the first. The second, those could have to be good, and Cortesia rarely misses those. Now Cryo steps up. They're coming one at a time, at least, for Sentinels. Cryo,
30 seconds
deadly
left.
accuracy, makes his way on into the B side. Harder to spam this side down from Redux's position. That wall's been reinforced in that recent patch. And Arsenal might have been aware there's a TP there. Haunt shot.
One enemy
Caillou,
remaining.
bang, that is ridiculous from Cryo. Redux drops down now. Spike covered by smoke, though, so has to reveal himself not only with the sound cue of the drop, but also the tap. Should be two players coming in. He's dealt with Cryo. And Arsenal knows he has time. The deck is stacked against Redux here. That smoke's going to clear. It's about to get messy. And Arsenal holds his own.
Cryo, a real hero in that round with some stunning tap shots. See those on the replay in a moment. And then with all of those smokes going down, Arsenal really could have been anywhere in that situation. Still could have been in the back of the site, just playing more patiently in the smoke, but a little bit too much for Redux. Why he even got the bullet punch there, and he still got that headshot immediately.
I felt like the Hunt of Thieves were pretty limited on options there. It was just Cryo actually walking up on the site.
Yeah, it felt like that was going to be another failure of a B split. But then Vora just goes 1 for 1 in the link. That was nice, and from there, Cryo just steps up individually.
Not another step.
Now, right, playing pretty far forward. Have the evolution now from Cryo. Well, not bothered about crowd control effects, but a bullet to the brain still a problem. And now that's the John QT Tejo, hard to escape that one. Now, Cortesia happy to fall back. He has a massive player advantage. Viper's been now thrown up on B after the fact, gives him a way to flood back in.
This teleport up top from Bang is nice, but does he overstep? Yeah, he does. Caillou ready for that. What is the hope here for Arsenal and Timotino? I mean, somehow maybe they get 1 kill, 2 kills, and then Timotino sends his ult. It would have to be something like that to get this over the finish line, but SEN need to close this out right now. Should be closing this out. Economy bad if they don't.
Arsenal should be good for one, potentially from a position like this. The paranoia is going to be avoided. The guided salvo dodge from Arsenal reposition. Here comes Narrate straight in. John going to make use of the crosshair break to find an easy kill. And back on the wrong side of the smoke is Timotino. No point making use of that ultimate there. And Sentinels even up the game. It's an awkward economic situation for 100 Thieves now. They've burned through most of their reserves.
Yeah, fair attempt there from 100 Thieves, but it's really just Sentinels getting that big play in A main early to absolutely obliterate these two guys faking. I mean, Evolution, not a bad ult, but it doesn't matter when you just get shot in the head. Yeah. It's good at nullifying everything but getting shot.
Good job, boys.
And John with his first significant...
Defense side where it managed to find them the most success. So 100 Thieves definitely want to try and amass as much of a total as they can here. But a few of these rounds, the ones that they've won, Wyatt, I mean, the only gun round that they really won was when they just bailed themselves out with sick individual moments. Outside of that, it was just a pistol and anti-eco.
The timeout called, so on the next buy round, 100 Thieves have some kind of set strat to use with the ultimates they're going to have available. But let's see if here on this eco with Sheriff at the very least, they can get something started. I'll tell you, they've loved working mid so far. Really trying to put emphasis on these B splits early.
Bring them down.
Mixed results, most losses, frankly, outside of that one round.
It's just costly to get mid-window
against the Odin. It's just a nightmare for them.
Kai, though, obviously is showing some traces here, so he exposes himself to a pretty reasonable amount of damage here. Outside of that, though, 100 Thieves haven't really advanced their game plan a whole lot outside of tentatively working their way into A-Link, but SEN have been able to get a ton of info A-Main. Look at how they pushed out here.
John is ready to just take a quick jiggle stop, probably send out the stun on the retreat so he can't get chased. Yeah, there it is. And now able to repost up. Oh, Dink comes through. He's in some serious danger, but look at the crossfire that's about to be set up.
The smoke's in the way.
Yeah, they're probably still going to flank through.
Yeah, that smoke's going to clean. They're still going to be milling around in the open. Narrate sees all that he needs to, refracts back. There's got to be another player to step into his shoes, and all the 100 Thieves are committed to the side. Sage Wall is not really going to cut it. Cleared a little bit too easily, but Timo punishes. Redux cut out the open, trying to clear it.
Cryo as well, just tap someone down in spawn. Oh my god, the conversion path is perfect. They're running them over with straight skill.
This Thrifty round has gone a bizarre direction. 100 Thieves look like they were in trouble. They lose a player to John early. They just throw themselves at this A site and play off the Sage wall. On Cortez now. Arsenal has himself a Phantom. This is far from done. And Bang completes the Shiko for 100 Thieves. Nice little thrifty here in round 7.
Beautiful stuff. Whatever they were cooking up in the timeout for the next buy round, not even going to be super, well, it doesn't feel as relevant winning that, but I'm sure they're probably just going to run that strat anyway, unless the convergent pass was really important for it. Amazing timing on that. Timotino gets that free one. Cryo gets the second free one. I mean, just sick taps, but...
The convergent pass there, nice little touch, I think, to
100% that. Timo absolutely locks it up. Timo, a pretty top-tier aimer in Challengers last year. Doesn't feel like a shock that one of the teams in VCT has taken a chance on this guy. He's got so much potential left to be unlocked as well. Now that he's playing in a higher tier team, I think they can really expand his skill set. You know, those raw mechanics were never in doubt when he was playing with TSM.
Toxin screen down.
But now, the opportunity to become a more well-rounded player here with such experienced guys around him.
Much more mid-emphasis this round from Sentinels after 100 Thieves were able to get in through Link and onto A essentially for free after getting past John. That smoke in Yard, I think, was crucial to allow them to cross there.
Redux has played this angle on the box before. It's when he just instant killed Cryo in that evolution. Round 4, round 5, something like that. Smoke going to go down. We'll see if this stalls out 100 Thieves or if they just try to set up a burst straight out of it.
He had a jet triple swing this. Okay, no exchange though, but Redux is just going to TP back to space, given now there is still the backstab potential for Narrate here, but he's been slowed up. We're going to back away now. Convergent pass could be pretty timely here, but look at how 100 Thieves are spread on Yard. Only a couple of them are really at risk of getting caught in that.
Left.
Here's a TP for Redux now, getting into a retake position.
This convergent pass would be massive. That catches 3 players. They need to accelerate.
The Sage wall's in the way though. Narrate can't get through. He can't capitalize off that ultimate at all. Bang just TPing around. Here comes Sen though, working the way in from Archers. And Cryo's the first to go down. 100 Thieves have got the weapons to make this fight work, but Bang can just tap sideways here. Bring 2 down. John's found 2 himself though. This is as even as it gets, and Timo though is in a dirty spot. Finds only the 1. John connects him with 4 kills, and yep, he's getting up and about. This is a new look for John. Said in an interview that he feels like sometimes he's the one that has to get loud, has to do the Zelsis role from last year.
This guy has just been a super demon so far in Kickoff. Completely unlocked. The Sentinels off-season theory was, John, you don't need to IGL anymore. We're bringing in Caillou to manage that. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your aim, your own play. And it straight up has been working. I think sometimes in the past you forget how much of a shooter that this guy can be when he was dialed in on having to take the reins as the IGL. Focus on that aspect of the game primarily. He has been absolutely a man-possessed.
He's in his best form squad. Individually, I think, we've ever seen from him. Okay, in goes Timo, able to safely get onto the side, but he has a fight with the player at elbow, forces him out. Cortezia, though, doesn't fare too well there. He's dropped to 10.
Feels like 100 Thieves maybe wanting to change the pace there for the first time. They're actually just walking straight back in as Cryo's on this A-side lurk.
Yeah, double Senticop.
Pure contact.
You do have to run this pure contact, man. Look at their composition.
Cryo looks like he's just going to catch a free kill on Redux on this rotate.
Not looking, that's for sure. And he is all about that A side. Now that throws things into question. It gets Narrate looking back onto that A side, peeled off the B, even though the spike's down.
Cryo can just delay so heavily, be such a nuisance here. Oh, no. That had to be won this round. Basically sealed up at that. You can see Sen, they're already trying to get back out of that back B side.
Sen lose all map control with that exchange.
A devastating lurk from Cryo. Yeah, it's not just only does he get 2 kills, but as I was saying, these Sen players who are considering retaking, they just can't because Cryo's going to be flanking at some point. He's too much of a nuisance.
Narrate has been active, right? We saw him push right up into A-Link that previous round. He has been looking for openings, but nothing has really come into his hands. Still looking for that first kill of the game. That one, you feel like he has the drop on Cryo. It's just the reaction from his opponent that's a little too crisp. I'm certain that is really going to be tilting you, especially when you know the rest of your team are putting in some real heavy lifting to compensate.
This first one, the timing through elbow is nice, and then just like shot down to 8 HP. Oh, that's tough.
They're just not a duelist, guys.
Damn, that's tough.
Well,
that is tough.
If that is true, that doesn't bode well for Sentinels, especially on this map when he's the only one on a duelist. But yeah, it's not been his game so far. Streakiness we've observed in the past from Narrate's definitely on display.
Arsenal ready to just boost Timotino over this smoke. Well, it doesn't have to do it, take engagement in mid. This is something we're going to see on defense too. You know, they will use the practical walls at times, but mix in a weird throw the sage wall up to get some kind of crazy angle. And that is definitely something SEN need to be prepared for.
Doing a thing.
And should be. You know, they had the opportunity to watch the game against G2.
Timo expecting some presence. This is kind of where the defense side waylay has been posted up every other round or so. Doesn't actually get anything. Really passive this round. Look at the angle John's covering mid-window. He's just there for the cross. He's not peeking out. Very quiet positioning on A as well. Reserved from SEN.
The drone down mid getting some valuable info. SEN have to know that they stacked up at one extremity to hit, and yeah, it's into Timotino. That's a great stun, but Redux on the cross.
Well, kind of, but what is that? They're on the other side of this Viper wall for the most part. 100 Thieves not able to help Timotino out.
A random hindered tap kill from Cortezia through the wall is nasty. Swing up top, he's looking sharp.
A composition that only really has a paranoia, so you're just going to walk up and make your own like sometimes. Vora in the 1v2. Seized in place for now. And he'll wait for Narrate to drop down. First kill for the Sentinels duelist. As 100 Thieves try and play fast and fall flat.
To seal up that round, Cortezia off his feet. Super high energy outside of the server, just keeping everybody hyped up. That's definitely part of his job. Redux, solid on this anchor. This is ridiculous. He just tapped through. And also, it was onto Asuna, the guy with the res.
Nice! Come on! You guys are not coming B, guys!
Purposeful, by the way, that they have Cortezia sitting next to Narrate, because in the past, Narrate has been an emotional player, so you want your hype guy right there to keep him in the zone.
That was beautiful by Redux. Great timing out of Halls to basically save Cortezia's life there. And now, to the 11th. Odin, of course, still lurking. It's been a shadow over this game for Caillou.
Small note, but this game so far, I feel like barely any ecos. Economy has been really stable for both guys. We're seeing, or both teams rather, we're seeing a lot of gun rounds.
Because 100 Thieves win that sort of sheriff like eco a few rounds back.
And now it is time to run it back on B. Cortezia said they're locking this down when we heard the comms, so let's see if they can do it again.
There's the C's. Just to really deny a player playing in the site. Timo's able to get into the site itself yet again, and Cryo's pushed up.
Does he want to take it further with his evolution popped? Maybe with Timotino in tow, the two of them.
Okay, the Omen TP'd up to tower, so 100 Thieves have all of this B-side control. It's going to be half a second to clear it, but starts with one. Cortezia is able to bring Cryo down. This Armageddon Vora is going to be seized inside of it. Nowhere to go. Cryo now going to be res back up, and Arsenal has to defend this position. Cryo just sent packing yet again, straight back to the pearly gates as Timo on the side is fighting for his life. Narrate's been picked up, still held to just one kill for this half so far. But here comes Caillou. It's on Arsenal, now 1v2, pinged out by the stealth drone. Got a good line on this site, in fairness, but has to play his life.
Time getting so low, though. Someone from SEN has to stick this. It's not even at half.
I think it might have been a miscommunication here. A little bit of crossed wires, perhaps. John now on that defuse. Another 3 kills for him in the round. Nice little recovery.
He is at 15 and 6 at the moment. Again, ultimate use. Beautiful combo with that C's coming through. And, I mean, even if it didn't, that Armageddon was in the perfect spot with 100 Thieves being pushed up, trying to fight for this space after the dark cover goes down. Looked like Austin and Timotino might have actually sealed it up in the 2v3. Neri kind of got baited into swing upper to catch Austin on the retreat, but Timotino ready on that angle, and John is just a little bit too good right now.
They walked into that Armageddon. 100 Thieves wanted to play forward off the site, in halls, in tower, but Vora gets seized up inside the Tejo ultimate. And his teammate dies earlier on, over pushing into Cortezia solo.
See if 100 Thieves try to go back to working mid here early in the half. A lot of emphasis on B splits. Then late now they've been trying to go into let's just get a full execute off with our Waylay going in, play off of Timo. Hasn't worked on that B side. Back to A they go on the split. Redux loves playing this angle, but caught by Bang.
Yeah. No attack side smoke to yard. They don't want to split that angle off, actually. Now they decide their own again. It's John. It's always him. Steps out. He's got elbow control. He will be a threat here to 100 Thieves if they linger. And there it is. John for 3 yet again. Timo caught inside that salvo. And Asuna quickly has to bandage himself back up.
Repositions as well close. I love this maneuvering from John.
Tucked in the side. Knows there's a couple of angles to deal with and he ends up training on the wrong one. But still, he's put Caillou and Cortezia in a position to salvage this spike. Far from planted. Still in the back pocket of Asuna, who realizes he's overstayed his welcome.
It might just be time to get the hell out of here. Wasn't successful on the 1v2 in the last round. Can he clutch up for 100 Thieves to tie up the game? Last round of this first half. Already one player from SEN on the move. Cortezia back to that B site. Getting up top. Might just be the right position.
Last player standing.
What? What was that, Asuna? In time, he's going to get the spike down. And now it's up to Caillou. A little awkward. Has to walk up in here with the big iron. The Odin in hand. And Asuna's got a very good idea of where he's going to be coming from. To even the half 100 Thieves. Can't quite get over the line. Caillou gets in there, but even Asuna can't believe he got so far.
What was that shot? Oh my God. Little shell shocked off that one.
There wasn't even a rope involved. There was no zip line there.
Just a crazy reaction time. Now look at this. 2 rounds in a row where there's been a combo sync. Yeah, it was also the Nightfall just bringing the HP down and then the salvos. John, again though, let's be real, wins the round with that 3.
It's really considering that we didn't see a lot of this under match conditions. 100 Thieves comp get to play those attack side rounds. The fact that they're able to call those cancels and sort of make something happen in the second half of those winning rounds is a good sign.
Fast here from Sentinels in, but Narrate not going to go down to the Ghost when he has that light armor, gets straight out.
Okay, John.
Ooh, that combo.
Made him with everything, kitchen sink included, and here comes 100 Thieves. Redux has been able to recover. It's down to Cryo and Bank here. The latter who's still ensconced on his A side. Cryo's looking for a way in, but is aware that crosshairs are trained in his direction.
Well, this is dangerous. I mean, that might even get spammed now. Yeah, just bear in mind, Narrate is still
one shot.
So weak.
Easy enough. Oh, 20 health in a dream. Narrate gets off on the right foot in this second half.
Spike
and that Cryo's got to go in. Plant secured, had to give away his position.
Just try and wrap around elbow.
Narrate, yep, jump peeking here, playing his life perfectly. He knows he can go down. Any damage he gets done here is just fine. Double swing, surely about to come Cryo's way, but he's dealt with half of that equation already. Still at 74, and there's Narrate yet again. 2 kills at 20 health. Job done.
That's got to feel good for him to get this second half started on the right foot, hitting some shots in a situation where he's feeling like, I'm probably going to die. I have no HP. But everything connecting.
God, well, nice recovery from Redux. There's definitely some confusion for 100 Thieves. I think I'm following up on this defensive util.
Yeah, they had a nice combo there with that slow into the paranoia. Thought they were going to win that out, frankly. Good stuff from SEN.
Important to win that pistol against the double Senti comp when they're on attack.
Yeah, again, just to set the stage here, if you weren't able to catch the 100 Thieves G2 game earlier in Kickoff, 100 Thieves went up 11-1 on this half. It was playing defense where they just were an absolute brick wall.
Big 100 Thieves presence top mid. Look at how they've really contracted in towards the middle of the map. Looking to play off these prowlers here. Cryo steps up. Oh, and it's the classics.
Oh, and it's John again. I mean, it's just John again.
Bro with the hand on the helm steers the ship through murky waters. They're not out of the woods yet. That spike is still on the wrong side of the smoke.
1 enemy remaining.
100 Thieves have recovered a rifle at least now for Vora.
Why not?
Too good,
Why not?
Can't do him like that. A dirty ace of John QT. Salvages a round that could have been absolutely diabolical.
At 23 for 8. God knows
He is
how many
smurfing in
util
this
kills.
game.
Awareness is so high with the missiles every time. His util is always where it needs to be. That's ridiculous. Everyone, I think, was super weak at that point. But I mean, kind of a better to be lucky than good, maybe with the spray, but he's also really good right now. So he's just got it all going. Actual flow state.
Cover going out.
Oh my God.
John is unleashed. Hand of Thieves don't get a chance to ease into this second half to build a bit of a buffer back. No, they'll go to the gun round, 4 rounds behind. There's Timo though. Redux dealt with. Nara had to get out of there. Sitting on the outside of this B site. Now the reality will set in that Sentinels have to contend with this frustrating double Sentinel comp, and that B site looks nigh impossible to penetrate.
An opportunity for some stabilization from 100 Thieves here. I mean, that John play, obviously ridiculous, but Sen did lose several guns. So they're forced onto a pretty bad buy here. Clean round for 100 Thieves will put that
Spike
economy
down,
in the
mid.
spot they need it. Maybe get a future op online. Feels like Cryo did mostly rifling on defense playing this Vito. So, you know, the op definitely synonymous with him as a player.
Sen have gotten into elbow at least. They're definitely looking a little bit haggard. Bucky, Phantom. Against a wall of 100 Thieves players now. Arsena is the one on the line.
30 seconds left.
Okay, that's how this game's gonna go, I guess. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, listen, you're never safe when Cortesia can kill you with one shot to the head.
Got a salvo to the side. Narrate tries to pick his spot. Bora might have been looking away
One
there, but
enemy
it's a
remaining.
correction regardless. Cortez at 1. Still wouldn't count the guy out, but
10
he
seconds
came back
left.
up to a still paltry amount of health. There's no chance for a plant here, and getting out with this weapon is all but impossible.
Even there, I like that salvo. It just pushed Vora closer, where there was then potential for a Bucky one-shot. And if it was a one-shot, could have changed the complexion of that round. But is able to shut down Narrate. And ultimately, what was that? 1 gun loss for 100 Thieves?
Yeah.
So that is about as stable as they could ask for.
One enemy remaining.
There's it, Narrate still chomping at the bit, still trying. I think
Let's go, Pete.
at the start of the round, he's refracting really early. Something sort of goes haywire in mid, I think, that forces the Sentinel Duelist out.
Now keep your eyes on John. There's already an Armageddon.
Special delivery. Cryo has to cross-cut away.
Forced straight out of there. This B site was tough to crack when we saw 100 Thieves there in the past. Feels like Cryo plays there primarily. Austin's usually close.
Okay.
Bang, just open fight. And Redux bests his controller opposition.
Takes less damage than I expected him to, so that was raw sauce in A main. And it's a real weak side for 100 Thieves on this round, given how they've set up. They might need to make use of this mid here.
Yeah, Center ready to ignore that B side where they know the Vito is set up.
Oh, went to guided salvo. Bora just accepts his fate. He knows he needs to stay put if he wants to have any chance of evening the odds. So Sentinels in a 4v3 now, but that hit this A side. Timo has to step up, though. His slow orb is big. Oh, they're all over the ground. Guts, Gizzards, and all the rest. Sentinels poised to hit this A side hard, unraveled by one slow orb. Timo running him down.
Perimeter secure.
Excellent util combo. Easy to place that saturate when not a soul on Sen could move. Asuna just getting that slow orb off at the perfect time. It was a good util combo to get into the side, go 1 for 1. Look at the way that Timotino peeks that as well. It's this little micro decision here. He's not going far enough to get into those crosshairs, right? He's just jiggling that slowly, perfectly.
Definition of slicing the pie.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So Center now on the eco round, save for John, who's got a Guardian.
Okay, slow orb here's going to deny any deep moves for Sentinels up mid. Also, this Prowler will confirm that behind this, 100 Thieves are getting forward. At least for now. Timo opts to stay here. Now, that's a spot John loves to hit with the salvo. Timo will have a light speed to reposition in a pinch. Okay, damage on Narrate. Looks like he'll have to be satisfied with that. And he gets away.
Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Austin was a little bit too far to be able to support top mid, so he is just going to run to safety, Narrate feels like he's out of the round at this point anyway with that damage done. Feels like
frustrating for him.
Might as well be a kill.
He's still trying to generate something, even for himself. Just get some wind in his sails. Maybe this isn't quite the round for it, but it's definitely going to get in your head that you're now basically a spectator.
My ultimate is ready.
And
Spike down mid.
Finds the timing for the repick. That's Caillou out of there. That's any Fade util out of there. Looking at the 100 Thieves economy, if this is a clean round,
This is slow.
SEN are going to
30
be
seconds left.
facing down that full buy with all of the dense utility to have to wade through in the future rounds. None of them are going to be easy.
Look at this stall utility.
Countermeasure.
Narrate very low. Yeah, there's a TP forward. The disruption thrown down here by Vito on the side. Cryo's able to deal with it. Redux. Arsena steps up. Driving Salvo a little off the mark. As Timo gets the saturate in there. And will follow up.
Ride. Actual air fryer in Link. I mean, what can they do? They're stopped by the slow, then the convergent paths, and the saturate on them. I mean,
him with the vacuum bag sous vide steak, you know?
They are so cooked.
And again, I mean, the round start.
10, look, obviously they want to win, but it's not the worst result if they get all of the ultimates out, get some kills on SEN while their economy is low, and then they can just buy up forever and have their ults in a future round. They're still in a great position there on their far more dominant half playing defense.
But the game plan of John winning them single-handedly 4 to 5 rounds, that's not sustainable. Not for the rest of this map, not in general. So eyes on Narrate here, who will need to be that entry. There is a chokehold in the main. Narrate going to try and step ahead of it now. Gets past it. He's found himself a little bit of a pocket to play in now. Cryo looks for a bit of spray. Stealth drone back behind him. He is sharp as they come. Pala going to force him back to a degree, but he'll always look for another peek. He's just going to be concerned about Narrate. But Arsena has kind of made that much simpler now.
That's just part of the site denied. Really just one spot for SEN to plant if they want to get in here. They will not be able to take any backside space, and I like this from 100 Thieves trying to fight over elbow a bit too.
I like that. Armageddon, this is a little bit uncomfortable. Cryo, of course, can take it through evolution, unaffected by those abilities in that ultimate state. Pretty handy in spots like this, and Kaiu's going to be brought down. No spike plant yet. 33 seconds, it's presence and elbow here for Cortezia. He might have to be quick about this, though, and I don't have time, he's really on their side. Cryo with the shorty. Narrate dealt with now. Timo finally to the rescue. John is out of the picture, and Cortezia in elbow has his position given away. Spike more than arm's length away, and multiple killers standing in between him and that objective.
Weakened as well by Timotino. They're just ready to deal with him. All three crosshairs. Steady on elbow. That denial utility again towards the site from Arsena. So effective.
See why Vito is just so, he's so scary.
Yeah, as well. I mean, Cryo's just chilling. He just gets to play an aim trainer on the site.
30 seconds left. One
That is
enemy
nice from
remaining.
Timo.
Guys! I mean, I'm a creative wall kind of player, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, it worked out though. SEN could not get any space fighting towards site. 100 Thieves could kind of focus their attention on elbow. It all worked out.
I don't hate it. Yeah, he doesn't want the wall to get cleared straight away, so it also means they've only got to watch out one angle there. But anyway, I digress. Here's Timo in B main. Prowler ignored. And he gets out. Convergent pass now going to be effective. He's stuck in the corner. Oh, he's just having a light speed away. That guided salvo was scary. He's going to get the heal from Arsena at least.
Yeah, he's all good. And this... Hello? Exec is just fully denied. No way he pushes out of that with no escape.
No util, no nothing.
By the way, this entire time, Cryo was just slowly walking out of a my catch. Cortezia, no, he is sharp there, yeah. And now to SEN try to accelerate towards A. It's going to be tough. This is a big map. Like, you can't cover all that ground that quickly. So.
But all that Vito util's turned off now. You can walk up through that choke quite happily.
Now, that was one ult removed from SEN, basically exchanged for one slow orb from Arsena, but they still have the Nightfall in the arsenal. Could maybe even try to cook up something cheeky where they connect that on the defenders, and then Redux goes for the, ultimate in, and they can't hear where he's at. If they want to get real creative and silly on this exit.
Face your fear! 30 seconds left.
That's a Sentinel's Nightfall thrown a beef from mid. Going to see the counter one.
That hits 3 players rather in Link.
Timo waiting hungry, and he'll get his just desserts. Vora steps out at just the same time, and in a blink, this round, well, I would say it's over, but it's John, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's going to be cut out of the sight with no time left to spare and no money to risk throwing this Phantom away.
It feels like SEN, may have expected less presence over on that B side with a kill on Cryo pushed out of A. Then maybe 100 Thieves would have to commit a little bit more to rotate. But
that gave them time though, SEN. They lingered around like bottom mid for quite a while before recommitting to B.
Yeah, it feels like 100 Thieves were pretty sure of themselves there. Deny them at that choke in mid-link. The Nightfall timing from Vora was great, and then just a little 1-2 switch. Timotino fights from the right, Vora swings out.
The counter Nightfall was sick.
No freebies for
denial.
you, nothing, no stats.
100 Thieves just not only
Here in their campaign, but
I mean, ultimately they were the second place team in America all year. I mean, they were still in a good spot. They didn't have the success they would have hoped for at internationals. And I think, look, I understand why it was tough to, remember or give John credit as an individual player because he just wasn't focused on his individual game last year.
I mean, he was
so that's
still
where those
having those
off-season
games,
worries came from, but...
Well, I think people see Zekken depart a team and probably start dooming pretty quickly. And the thing is, Captain talked about this as well. SEN don't have the time to just ease in and grow as a roster because the expectations come immediately. They have to step up and do it now, otherwise, the fan base will be rabid about it.
Yeah, and he said he was proud of his players for being able to work really hard within those circumstances, keep improving week by week, the strides they're making.
Oh, here, Vora.
A little awkward.
Not punished there by that saturate. Narrate goes down and he went tap. And still got away with it.
There's John maybe creating a bit of an opening for SEN. Austin now having to pick up that mid side on account of Timo going down. Cryo's pushed out of B though. Valuable info being gained there.
As long as they can pick up this mid window in a timely fashion. I think as far as 100 Thieves are concerned, they know no one could have crossed into the site, so this means that Cryo is still free to do what he wants. He might wrap bottom mid. Last time he did this, got caught out by Cortesia, but this slow up of Sentinels is going to be punishing. Here comes Cryo, spots one. This time he gets his revenge. Cortesia can't respond quickly enough. And now Caillou with nothing but a bucky and a prayer is off to A.
Well, at least a little bit of money for SEN off that plant. Small consolation. I mean, you gotta go for it. you gotta go for it in the second. Respect for the jump hit, but 100 Thieves clean it up with ease. Timotino getting some kills, fighting down mid, just easy as they come.
So active. Yeah, this wrap, I mean, this like exchange in mid I think is pretty big. The buys Cryo time to really tear the wheels off.
Yeah, Cryo has been rock solid switching up his roles this year, by the way. I did see some skepticism about picking up the Sentinel, etc., but he has been him. And I think it's, offered some nice opportunities as well to get in a cracked upcoming duelist like Timotino and have players on different roles all kind of fragging out. Oh, look at this setup. Bait wall. So Timotino gets shot off and then can escape.
All right, Arsenal not
re-swing.
able to slip out. Okay, now, right? Start to build some momentum in this round.
Boy, 100 Thieves are getting active on these extremities. Cryo especially, he's walking all the way down mid. 2 players in A main.
The push-up denied there by the Spectre delivery, but there's more than just Cryo that you've got to be concerned about. Big push-up on that A side as well. No blood drawn there, at least.
So if SEN had any desire to go back into A main, they do need to expend some initiator util doing it, but they just want to worry about this B side. They've got 3 players in main right now. Some pressure in mid is definitely keeping 100 Thieves occupied.
All right, here we go. Refract at the ready. Just a shoulder peek. Timo can't post up on the line yet again. Narrate gets onto the side. Shorties give away his position, but he doesn't mind as Cryo emerges from the smoke and is heading back to whence he came.
Timo yet to get some value from this operator, and that's a tough angle. It's small.
It's such a small window, he's not able to thread the needle. Here, though, Sentinels finally get to flex that individual ability. Narrate for 3 on the round. Timo at least is going to walk away with a rifle.
I mean, he's going for it. He picked up the rifle because 100 Thieves have infinite cash, so why not?
Yeah, at this rate, going to be buying for quite some time, perhaps the remainder of this match. Too many angles to check, and Caillou's the one that pops up first. That op is loose. Timo not able to get value out of it. May not go back for it on this round.
A little gimmick play in B main from 100 Thieves to throw out there, and it just fell apart, just didn't work. Timo wasn't able to get that initial kill. Austin tried to swing, but goes down. I think Timo maybe got like one kind of wallbang shot. I think he lit up Caillou, but yeah, getting no kills with the op.
Good shit, nice round.
Tough. Cortezia keeping him hyped.
Please, he says. Really trying to get them back into this game. Now that Bang can start to stabilize a little bit more. No, I would not say ultimates of note in the last couple of rounds. Nightfall getting closer here for Caillou.
Yeah, that duo of Asuna and Cryo can lock down B easily. So SEN definitely don't want to put the emphasis there, but then on the other side, they're dealing with more players able to fight. That's the difficulty of this comp they're going up against from 100 Thieves.
Posting up! That is brazen from Timo, but of course the has had a way out. And that's Caillou dealt with. So no scan util available for Sentinels anymore. They've got some purchase on mid, and yeah, Narrate will stick around.
Just Cryo right now on this site has his util towards main, but has to be so concerned about Narrate. Knows that he's pushed up close, knows he's tucked left.
Okay, wow, he was playing in the pocket between those bits of util, the saturate and the guided salvo. Neither caught onto him, but Narrate sharp now. He's starting to come alive at just about the perfect time.
Great time for that pit. Oh, Asuna heads up spam. If Timo can find a kill somewhere, can activate that conversion paths into the pit, that would be a great way to try and get a free kill onto Cortezia and drop it.
Redux back onto the side itself. Cortezia sees the paranoia whistle pass, needs to be careful.
Cortezia in trouble.
It's about to come down, folks. Cortezia caught out by that seize. And here goes Timo. Yep, might as well make use of this conversion pass. Then when Redux simply doesn't have the fire rate to hang.
Asuna throwing down the wall just in case there was a sixth man in Nova as well. Nice retake from 100 Thieves. Asuna fortunate to get that initial spam kill as well. That gets them a man advantage.
And John as well.
Some good retake util. I think there was a dog that gave away one of the positions. Maybe it was Cortezia, and then off the back of that, that's where that saturate was thrown in. They really had a beat on him and get that kill.
Let's go.
Timotino got that initial first kill too. That was nice with the op, finally finding some value there. Still does have it into this round. 23 kills for him now. Catching up to John.
Bring them down.
I won't lie, Narrate starting to heat up a little bit, but it might have come a little bit too late in this map. Settle's going to make a maybe fast hit over towards Yard. Here conversion path catching on, and here comes Narrate. What's there to be found? For it down, and yeah, that's straight out through the smoke. He's just that guy right now. Timo, though, will be punished. It's going to be traded out by Cortezia. Still some presence for 100 Thieves on this A side of the map, and of course, the double Sentinels group up in Link. Sentinels well aware of this, so it's another dark cover to slow that further.
Yeah, Bang gets that spot, but a little weary to commit too hard to the angle. Will there be a moment for Asuna to support, for Cryo to support from this Link? Will be tough. They're getting dark covered off. Oh, the timing on Bang! Oh my god, I thought he was going down for sure.
On the side here, and that's the spike that's gone loose. This now, and a bit complicated. John knows the push is coming. He's got a sixth sense about it. 4K for John, keeps Sentinels in the game. He's about to drop 30 on him.
Actually picks up that op as well, so we'll see what the plan from Sen is in this final round, but come on, man. Saving them.
He knows he's getting pushed from the left. That is insane from John.
Haunt timing over top is really nice as well, because there was so much pressure in main that it was tough to be able to break it. You know, if the Haunt comes earlier, maybe you get that snap up, break it, and then you can focus back. But with that bit of delay, it got the perfect ping.
This map has really not gone the way that I expected it to, Wyatt. Sentinels really showing us something special, but it's definitely coming from one particular sector of their team.
Yeah, the 30 bomb Tejo. You don't see that often or ever.
Ever.
Literally just ever. Has the Armageddon for the final round.
Be right back.
Evolution for Cryo though, so he can withstand that. Push comes to shove.
Narrator's just been slowly posted up with his op over towards A main. Hasn't been any aggression. It's mid that 100 Thieves are putting emphasis on at the moment.
Looks like their stealth drone has actually earned 100 Sentinels rather, some positioning over towards this A side. Here it is. Armageddon to the back of the site. This is going to now force all of 100 Thieves to play in it. This is going to give elbow up to Sentinels now. They've got the angles. Cortesia at the 4. Bora might be able to slip away for the time being, and bang with some fancy footwork. Keeps Asuna free to get that res. Dirty stuff from 100 Thieves, and they'll shut this down before SEN can push it any further. John QT looking like a sleep paralysis demon out there, but not enough.
Play for the most part.
All right, moments away from jumping here into split. 100 Thieves on the attack side. Cryo, of course, now picking up that controller responsibility on quite a few maps. Beyond that Viper, well, maybe not expecting him to opt, but there's still plenty of candidates. Looking at Timotino in particular to take that route. And they are going to quietly cross this very standard Viper wall setup.
And now counter wall for the defenders to play off of. Good spot one player's head. Great saturate. Asuna caught right now, but won't go down. Yes, he will. Kyu with the spam.
Good saturate. Kai's not going to be able to walk away. Asuna, brave, hung around after being saturated. Had no choice, nowhere to go really, but it ends up being an even trade, leaving the A side open for 100 Thieves to hit.
Wow, Timotino is just so fast to get into screens there. That's a nice heads-up play. Now, Cryo was just out in the open getting that orb before. Felt safe because there were 2 players in heaven, but nope. Redux teleporting over, getting there quick. Let's see if John can do more John things. Not on Mateo, now on the Omen. They have a Paranoia.
And 2 smokes, honestly. He's got all of his util. He's going to be able to cover up heaven here. Maybe even that A main angle. They still need to find a way to get into elbow. Bang will be avoiding that Paranoia as he's playing up on the side properly, but Cortesia, sharp as they come! In the blink of an eye, the 2v3 completed with flair. Sentinels, not many teams can pull that kind of moment out, but Cortesia and John back-to-back get it done.
100 Thieves not doing anything wrong there. They triple swung onto 2 players, but the individual skill shining for SEN in that moment. Cortesia, obviously, such a talented shooter in the form of John is just stunning at the moment.
The Rather? There's more. No.
Yeah, see that remarkably clean.
Good fucking shit, bro. Come on!
Got to get off to the races early after a crashing loss in map number 1, a close map that it was. And obviously Sentinels have a bucky for Narrate. But already gone up to that outlaw for Redux, so they do mean business.
Oh, a little messy, but he's out of there. All good, all good. Timotino trying to capitalize off those misses in the forced retreat. And in the meantime, it was 100 Thieves just sending out that flash into B main from their sky, see if it gets a ping, see if anyone pushed up. They did not, so they get control of that extremity, able to get an orb as well out of it.
Now up mid, Narrate waiting inside this smoke.
Loves his bucky.
That's a pretty valid spot to take that in his second round. So realistically, 100 Thieves haven't done a whole lot across the map. They've got no real advance on this A side either. Obviously, Cry just playing passive lurk there for now.
Redux just sending his gate crash over into screen, so can play back sight, try and rectify those earlier shots with the Outlaw. A miss, and he does.
Yep, that's 1 down, more to come. You'd have to imagine Kyu inside the smoke, and Redux finds his second. That Outlaw still at large, of course, as Arsene has to go for the plant, leaving Bang with only a small amount of health back towards main. And Center checking for it on ramps. Again, classics, bear that in mind. Only so much you can really do here. I love the slow orb. But Bang can't see the wood for the trees right now. Hard for him to get involved. He got the drop of Cortesia. There is a Guardian to be picked up there, potentially. He's got it, but Redux catches him. He tries to back up there in heaven.
Yeah, finishes that off with the triple, going to get this orb from the defuse as well. So close to that dimensional drift pretty early. 100 Thieves content with that there. A couple kills. They got the orb over in B main, get the spike down. So they accomplish some side missions in this round for sure.
Let's see how it went down. Redux just playing passive lines for the most part after almost getting caught out early in the round. 4-1 so far in this Yoru, so close to that first dimensional drift.
Redux obviously in that last series had a major bounce back as the Yoru from week 1. An uncharacteristic, just bad performance from him that he immediately found some rejuvenation from.
I mean, he was 11-4 rather, first kill, first death in that second game.
So series was real standout.
Right, for two very contrasting results. Kai has done pretty well, catnaping the entirety of Sentinels, at least 3 of them, and even gets Redux for his trouble. That Outlaw, of course, runs into its natural predator, the full armor.
Yeah, full armor is in every single 100 Thieves player's hands, with good reason. They're expecting that Outlaw, so that's a nice opening pick. I like this from SEN. It's pretty bold, double push out, just to retake this space. Bavora crying for its potential. Bucky not too effective at that angle. Wow, Caillou wins that out with the SMG.
Still mid is open here for 100 Thieves. They're going to go for it. Yeah, Sentinels have got that A side information, but hit B with an advantage scenario. Better guns, that's the plan for 100 Thieves right now.
But it's John and Cortesia anchoring. That's still scary.
Okay, that snakebite ended up in hell. I'm not sure if that was the plan on upper.
Spike down B.
So it's going to be avoided for the most part, and now it's really just the stragglers for Sentinels have to get in position, allowing 100 Thieves to control that upper side and have Bang forward.
Got to pay attention to the weak HP on these 100 Thieves players, though, but that sharp from Bang and should seal this up.
It's just Caillou, of course. There is that Sage wall in play. Not that he really has the time to go all the way back through spawn. Seas doesn't catch. Makes sound there on the rope, so Bang will find his third on the round. 100 Thieves get in on their first buy.
Yeah, that was well done. You know, even though things got a little bit messy on A with that repush from SEN, I like that decision, and Caillou had a pretty shocking 1v1 win against Cryo, who was on the angle. He just had that Spectre, but 100 Thieves are able to make a nice fast pivot, splitting into B.
You know, Sentinel Space don't have as much room to grow and to make those mistakes. Feels like as soon as the doors open, everyone is expecting excellence from them. So that's an extra burden you bear when you're on this roster, but it looks like they've taken to it well, and that's what Kaplan seems to indicate anyway. Round 4 here for you folks. Sentinels up by 1. Both teams are bought in.
Shadows. Definitely a match to prove that opener against Furia is just going to be a blip on the radar for the Sentinels team, who bounced back against EG and already, frankly, looking good against 100 Thieves, pushing them to the limit on a map that they were so dominant on. And 100 Thieves just slowly working up that ramp side again. Caillou in trouble. Swing from Narrate to assist his IGL.
He's actually going to repost up now as the walls come up. He wants to play closer towards heaven. So pretty insistent on trying to at least get something for his money in that side. If 100 Thieves really lean in, but that's a kill that really hurts. Now you don't have that wedge in the middle of the map. You don't have the ability to rotate in through ropes. It's honestly an information blackout for Sentinels on so much of the map now.
With still enough time for 100 Thieves to peel off and try and hit towards that B side, and that does look like the idea. Going to work up mid as a unit. I mean, if they wanted to, Bang could even, go for a quick TP into site just to do a little info gain. SEN have the idea, though. They are reading into this. They're stacking the B side. They have a legit shot of holding this down with 3 players set up. There's that info TP.
On the side we go. Timo fighting for it. Has to deal with that Haunt, though, and Caillou has the room. 4 of these has been traded out. That is nicely done. Now it's on John, 30 health. In that 1 versus 2. Vora sprayed down slightly, but Bang is going to be able to get this plant stuck, and John TP's across the way.
Just trying to get that spam kill when Bang was on the rotate. Oh, man, I mean, just a little bit of damage from that shorty is more than enough.
Bang implies a TP to rafters. John has to just stick on the 1 angle anyway, and he's being waited for with the shorty. That pick on Cortesia in mid, punishing for Sentinels as 100 Thieves get to work the map.
Really does feel like we've seen a disgusting amount of shortying and buckying in 2026 so far. That's a bad omen for where we're headed in the meta. That shorty is just the best weapon up close.
Let's go, man.
Dangerous, but Vora really stepping up there. Seemed like SEN were going to pull it off when they get those first 2 kills, but able to snap onto Redux.
Standard B garage presence here for the attackers, and there's Narrate with a bit of flair. Timo can't respond, can't interact with him until he decides to take things into his own hands.
I mean, what was I just saying, man? This is what I'm talking about. This state of the game. Modern Valorant, just dashing in with shotguns. It is so silly, but there's a reason it's happening. It is just so effective with Melee being, or Waylay, sorry, being just the best duelist at the moment. Because that's not a real duelist. That's just
an initiator.
He's everything.
In duelist clothes,
yeah, I mean, he's just everything, so that doesn't count.
Cortez there dinks Timo pretty hard. He has to run back and get some Sage healing. And that little interaction is actually a pretty big deal. It allows SEN to stack this B side, or at least that heaven to mid position.
Feels like last round playing out much like this one. 100 Thieves just working their way through B main. Some Sentinels players towards that B side, 3 of them, but not anchoring like they were on that prior. A little boost for Timatino there. And it should be easy for 100 Thieves to clean up at this point. Wall down, much better weaponry.
Bang also threatening that late lurk up mid. Timo boosted up, unexpected for Caillou there. But Sage Wall really messes with the calculus a little bit. Timo looks like he might be still hungering. Bang should have a timing here easily. John not ready for it, still able to reach for the sidearm. Bang dropped low. Justifiably doesn't want to fight any longer. But Redux and Cortezia are going to be caught here on stairs. Hoping for Rexes, but really not pinning their fates on any more than that.
One enemy remaining.
That's unfortunate. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, okay, oh, yeah. This is fine, this is fine. For Asuna, they were 1 away from the orb, so I was going to see if they would try to chase, hunt a little bit, but I think Vor only had 300 left in the bank, so all good. On this round, they can just try to contest for some of these orbs. I mean, this could be an explosive all-round coming up.
This early exchange here is tough to follow, but essentially it's just both Waylays dashing in and getting out.
His teammate died and he gave me ult. That's actually unreal.
That is the convergent paths, the 1 ult for 100 Thieves, but yeah, they're 1 orb away from 3 of them at the moment. I mean, and same can be said for Cortez, Narrate. This could be a very explosive round.
Yeah, I'm anticipating volatility. It's the guiding light, so expect John to be up there on that box apparently, but Redux is able to trade into it.
That's some crazy awareness. Wall down, res attempt from Asuna. I mean, Head should be poking over the top if someone was in heaven, but yeah, Cortez able to just get that free kill from Rafters.
Redux kind of got forced away though by that slow orb, had to get back, and now it's just out and out fighting in the open. Honestly, that looked a little bit lackluster there from Sentinels. They had to anchor, they didn't want to give up the side entirely against the Sage, which I understand. They don't do a whole lot when the sparks start to fly.
Yeah, that felt pretty routine and light on support. Cryo just on the lurk, getting some free, easy kills. That's 2 of them. That felt like one of the simplest rounds I've ever seen in the history of this game.
The sheer contrast in body language is insane here, Wyatt.
They really just walked in and shot them together. This was pretty sick from Timatino, having that read. Easy for Cortezia off the res. But yeah, in this moment, they just both drop down, their back pillar.
Man, how is John late TPing? Come on, bruh.
Curious to see how Narrate wants to make use of this. We saw from 100 Thieves, actually, like them trying to counter ults and push up ramps, for example. But Narrate's really leaning on this heavy B and mid presence right now. It's just the Caillou over at A.
Bang, by the way, just off to a hot start against his former team, sat at 9-2. This is 100 Thieves all gathered up, ready to execute over on this A side. 5 players, Dog to clear out close on ramp, ensure that no one is tucked in that corner. It's going to make it nice, free and easy for Timatino to get off there. Real close, conversion paths into heaven. Did they try to go off the back of it? Yeah. Retreats.
Not sure what Timo sees that actually makes him want to recall there. Maybe just feels like he's a little too far ahead. Either way, Redux is bogged here with that slow orb in play. 100 Thieves definitely have that heaven control, and they've got plant down. Smoke over towards screens, Viper's Pit after the fact. Everything looking good for the attack side.
SEN are getting a bit sloppy here. Caillou rips that Nightfall really early. SEN are not in position to do anything off the back of it. Redux going to get some info towards heaven, sure. This retake is going to have to be extremely coordinated now.
Here's a convergent pass that started off. Arsene is still inside the pit. Don't be fooled. He is obscured. And Narrate's going to be brought down by Fang through the pit itself. Vora, seen better days, but in a position to surprise. Flash into the pit for Redux. He's going to go for it. Nothing to see yet so far with Vora on the outside. And Cryo's found 2 inside it with the shorty. That's without reloading, by the way. Caillou and Cortez decay down far enough that he makes mincemeat of them.
All of the ultimates expended by SEN on that retake. That's Nightfall into Drift into Paths, all to try and counter that pit, and it just didn't work out.
It felt like bringing a kid to work day. SEN was just watching as 100 Thieves moved in and took all this space.
Oh, that's so nasty from Cryo. The short.
Jordan, I was so lost. I was shooting at you, bro. I was so lost, bro.
But yeah, I feel like the sequencing with some of those ults there a little bit off. I mean, maybe that was Vor just feeling like he was about to be rushed down, so he Nightfalls anyway. Here's Cimatino with some crazy pace. Look at that.
I mean, not even a chance to gate crash away if there was even one ready. Redux completely caught out. John here tucked. Nice. Timo he's quick with it, man. On a hair trigger, that guy is, and he whips to deal with the Omen.
Yeah, that is tough. And this round, good as done. Both SEN players just going through mid right now. I mean, Austin is just putting a wall in B main. Sure. Can't get flanked there. Why not?
He's creative with it. I'm glad that he makes use of it even in rounds when there are no opponents alive anymore.
Yep.
It's also
no matter the circumstance.
Very diligent.
He's just too dialed. Just too dialed. Cortezia not even an opportunity to get this outlaw shot off.
If it's not clear to folks at home, we're certainly considering this round to be all but over.
Also, by the way, in that previous one, Cortezia used the pit in mid right away, and 100 Thieves just storm into the A site.
Yep.
So that was 4 ults from SEN in that loss.
Yeah, so that convergent pass thrown in that wasn't able to be followed up on because that Viper's pit was in play. It's just dimensional drift there. Saw a little bit of information, but not a convincing use of those ults at all.
Awesome.
He was putting a wall up. Putting a wall up. Don't worry about it.
His second wall.
Yep.
All right, buy coming through for SEN. What is the move here?
Look at this for Tim. Oh, man, and he's just up on that box, too. And Bang is there for the
he's just ready for that swing. That's nice. That's a nice setup. I feel like we were seeing SEN go for a lot more aggression on defense in their opening, but hasn't really come so far. You know, there were, I feel like, a few more of those like A main, dashing in with narrate, supplemental utility type plays. But okay, so 100 Thieves, they just want to go right back into this A hit, but that's a fast combo over towards ramp if an anchor was there.
Refract active. Timo doesn't try and test the wall. In fact, this is really just a bit of a fake. It hasn't really had the intended effect, though, despite mid being pretty lightly held. SEN are happy just to keep 2 players on A.
Yeah, no motion from SEN, and then a late Prowler just came out from Caillou. Obviously spots nothing over an A main, and a Haunt now that reposts narrate.
And they smoke mid here just in case they're going to be dealing with a split because they've got no presence there.
Yeah, Cortezia is watching towards heaven. Redux with the AWP on main.
Yeah, SEN don't have, 100 Thieves don't have information about his heaven setup though, so they are going to be checking for it. They're going to be smoking for it. Here's Timo trying to catch on to John there, who opts to TP out of trouble. 100 Thieves have a real strong foothold now on their side, but they're going to move into the open. Cortez is only good for 1 here. Narrate drops down, has to refract away, but actually could have found a kill potentially. It's Caillou though, off the Prowler to get that info. Now 3 kills where it really matters. Leaves Asuna alone.
What a demon play. 30 seconds remaining for
30
Asuna.
seconds
Can
left.
self-heal, at least back to 100. 25 seconds. What is the move? Does he want to try to run it all the way to A? Does he even have time to do that? Or just go back through heaven?
We see the commitment
He's
here for
going to do
Sentinels.
it.
They are at B.
Yeah, no, he'll be
10
fine on
seconds
time.
left.
Surely, yeah. All right, let's see if Asta can clutch it out. He's been in a few of these 1 versus 2 situations. Had 2 opportunities, I think, back on Parade. And came so close with that one insane snapshot.
So a little bit of extra cash there for 100 Thieves, but importantly, a chance to win the round. Asuna in a 1 versus 2.
Oh, look, SEN need this bad. They have to close this out.
SEN can clear that corner, though, with this saturate.
Oh,
Goes in! Narrates down, but where? Where is John? He doesn't know! And John with the classic is able to get his team out of there. Yep.
What did he have that one out there? I mean, that's fine. That is fine.
Looks like he might have just touched down, so I'm not sure. Might have been a bit hurried either way. Not punished for it. Takes no damage in that exchange, but it's a little bit of a sheepish look on the Moroccan's face.
Austin just keeps coming so close in these clutches. Wow, what a shot from Caillou.
insta me.
With a classic.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Hunter's still with a nice lead here so far on attack. Could try to get an orb Austin his way. That'll give him the res for this round. Timotino getting close as well to the paths. See how much Cryo tries to work this A side, or does he just attempt to contain in the 1-3-1?
Honestly, the only action we've sort of seen on this A side is when Timo has been here.
Oh, feeling bold and presence is known.
Cryo's just been waiting for over pushes, I think, and has just been waiting for a rotate back to that side of the map, where there's like that mid-round hit for Hunter Thieves towards A.
Real patience on this attack so far. We've seen Hunter Thieves absolutely mix up the pace and have some cool set ideas to do it as well. Pop flash on a Cortez, and they try to sync that up with the Hinder, but it doesn't work out.
Cryo actually pushed up. He went in that Rams direction, but Narrate was holding that angle. Now though, big heaven presence for Hunter Thieves. They've got the wall as well.
Look at that SEN rotate. They know this is going to end be 4 players ready to go, ready to anchor.
There's the wall. Arsena gets that one ready. Timotino extends out. It's a clone that he's shot now, unsure about where the rest of them are. Another flash off the side, and here's Narrate for his second. Cortez catches Timo actually inside a snake bite of all things. Vora v4. Tough odds for anybody. Does he do an Arsena here? Thinks about. He's on the rope. Okay. I guess
but now
Arsena
on the
rocks
rope,
up on people, yeah.
Hunter Thieves, they're running it back. Let's see if Vora can succeed in this same situation that Arsena was just in.
Unlike Arsena, he can't heal
left.
himself. That's the issue. One of them at least. Okay, slightly different plant location. Oh, tries to get ahead of the game. I respect it, but Vora was simply out in the open and SEN came to call.
Big round there from Neri. That initial pickoff onto Cryo, that really gave the game away as to what Hunter Thieves were intending on doing, right? Yeah, that moment there, and then rotates over in time, gets the kill on Asuna, but not only was he there, 3 other players from SEN just within the premises of that B site and absolutely shut down the Thieves.
And for the other 10 rounds.
I saw the world. Insta boom and then 1v1.
Nice try,
bro. Oh, these rounds are really...
I mean, Cryo for the last 10 or so rounds has never pushed further than kind of where he is right now. So kind of getting punished for that one time he decides to walk up. There's an extra player at A this round.
Yeah, looks like the move is to set up a bit of a crossfire over on ramp from SEN, and in the meantime, it's Timotino picking up the AWP here. So expecting a bit of a slower work from 100 Thieves, hoping that Timotino can just exposing himself.
What?
Oh my god, his awareness, man, on this site is crazy.
Just walks up with the option. It's absurd. He knows Narrate's there. Conversion pass comes out. Narrate cannot escape. Man, these guys got absolutely slapped down by the waylay. Timo absolutely brazen.
Spike planted.
Onto the side. And Redux was, I mean, it's the weak side, so they make the right call. Redux just doesn't have an opportunity to react at all, and Sentinels are wondering why they should even bother.
I love that 100 Thieves can play with that electric pace there and just insta-dive off that pick, 0 hesitation. And that's how they're able to get the kill onto Narrate. And honestly, something that I've always liked about Asuna when he's on these flex rolls, especially when he's playing the KO, is that he is fearless at keeping pace with his duelists when they're fully activated. He does not hesitate in supporting in those situations, being a second guy in. He's right there to capitalize off of what Timotino is doing. And 100 Thieves now with the economy in a solid place, they can go hunting. SEN need these guns bad. Really only Caillou in danger, and he goes down.
I'm really glad you addressed, like, it's not just Timo, but the player that's with him. It's every time Timo falls back, refracts away, there's another player that steps in.
Yeah, that is always why I liked Asuna in these flex rolls.
Jeez, man. There just is not an option for you there. Narrate is scrabbling to try and respond in a timely fashion. But unfortunately, he's having another really difficult map so far. I'm not buying into, you know, the narrative that Bang's trying to put out there. But so far, Narrate has not been able to exert his will on the server.
Neither is John switching off that Teo so far. Timotino timings have to go forward. This is such a sick play. The confidence that this guy exudes. but not just the confidence, the real sense for how the game is just operating around him to get in these positions. He's got the mechanics, but he's also got the smarts.
Now, that kind of like went back past now, right? So he 100% has the timing here, but the game has gotten away from him a little bit.
But that is allowing Redux to now quickly move over towards the B side. 3 players can anchor this. They've got a chance, especially if Narrate finds the timing window to assist. If he can get there.
Oh, I don't know if he has time. Look at them accelerating onto the side. And again, Narrate's going to be caught outside of the play. He can't afford to speed up and give away his position, but his teammates are going to be dead by the time he gets there. Cortez needs to buy some moments, and that's all he's going to get. But now there's a res into an extra player. Cryo's back. Narrate might be good for 1 here, but eventually a cat's going to be out the bag. And 100 Thieves are going to touchdown after an attack side with 8 rounds to their name.
What a round, again, from Timo and Asuna. They are just so fast. He's taking great timings, and then Asuna is right there. On that execute back in, Timo spots out the player. He doesn't get the kill with the shorty, but immediately, look at the 100 Thieves players there, rushing him down. Cryo and Asuna, no hesitation. This guy really understands how to use this Waylay kit to the max. In Asuna, Cryo, and Bang, 3 guys in this server who have been in every single season of VCT with that injection of fresh energy and hunger in the new guys that Asuna mentioned in interview, right? Timotino has just been phenomenal. These timings he's catching are so good. And then you can feel the support from Asuna always coming in. But let's see if SEN can run it back now on this attack side. This is their map pick.
Do they have remotely the same levels of swagger? When fighting for this early map control, it's really hard against this Sentinel setup. Asuna quickly has to respond. Where the heck did they come from? Narrate gets across to the side. And 100 Thieves did not have the time to set up that architecture before they were collapsed on.
Yeah, intending to try and just disrupt the pack from the duelists, right? Standard, you're going to have your Yoru, send that gate crash, backside, and Narrate dashing up top. And they just find success in the straight-up aim duel wins.
I do think I want to be watching Redux over the course of this half. That's a big point of difference. To have the Yoru, that's something that 100 Thieves have to go without with this comp.
Right, nicely done by that double duelist. I mean, we'll see it on the replay, but I think they just hit some crazy shots. I mean, that was like 300 Thieves players that just got deleted.
We've been raving about the Yoru Waylay comps and their ability to just bypass those chokes in a second. You've even got Omen TP as well. We've seen that also used.
I mean, that's nice. Look at how much that's going to disrupt your crosshair placement, though. Having a guy dashing the top box with a teleport backside, way too much to look at, to adjust to. Not just swinging left to right, but you got it, like, it's crazy. You have to try to get it up to the box, then back down. There's so much going on.
That's going to be the big wrinkle here for 100 Thieves. How do they get this Sage to set up in order to make that impossible, right? Cut the team in half. Maybe the best Asuna can do is prevent the rest of SEN from flooding in behind these duelists. That still doesn't feel optimal.
Asuna there basically just saying, why not? I have a classic. I'm just going to main and get this orb, so try and get to the res ASAP. As SEN activate this split into B. Redux slow to clear out main while the pack go through heaven. Cortez picks up Timotino over on the flank as well. Good right timing. Asuna's fearless on this round. Why not? He's got a classic. Okay. Oh my god. There's no way.
Redux with the ghost is just not sharp enough. That should not have happened. None of it.
Oh no. That is such a disaster. Asuna giggling away because he was just no fear in that round. Literally, why not? Just has the classic. Come on, man. Cortez wins that duel opposite side of the map as well, but then, all right, Bora catches him. Not a big deal, but it was Asuna placing the wall to cut off it. That's what I'm saying. They can't believe it. NBS can't believe it. I can't believe it. Cryo catches the guy who's stuck behind the wall that can't support. Asuna's getting creative again.
100 Thieves might just be a few rounds away from, for the first time ever, beating Sentinels in a VCT Americas kickoff. Here's Timo, bristling with confidence. Vora not so fortunate. Okay, this is a pretty sensible save from Sentinels. They're up on that A side, though.
John has the stinger. Nice shot from Cortez. Oh, that's the spike drop out in the open, though. How can they recover that with Patino in? Oh, my God, man.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he sticks around there and is punished for it, but these are trades that Hunter Thieves are happy to take. Now it's got to be up to Redux. Struck squarely by that Paranoia.
Gets a rifle.
That slow warp is a bit of an issue for him, though. He's going to get double swung, and that is that. Chalk up another one for 100 Thieves. Sen really just had to let that one go through to the keeper.
Bit of damage, but it's made less relevant considering 100 Thieves got away with 3 guns when they won that eco round. Some nice shots from Tino again. He is dominant in the server, top of the board with 17, 11 deaths.
Nice! Come on, bro.
Looks like Boostio, and he's got the Boostio
Yeah,
energy.
exactly. If does not give the impression that he's a super loud guy, but bro's got lungs.
100 Thieves now postured up for a mid walk down. 3 players.
Vora calling this audible. All right, this is kind of insane. Oh, it kind of, well, falls flat. No one is really watching that line. There's no trade opportunity for Timo, so they've just given a free kill virtually.
100 Thieves going for an aggro play on a round that they feel likely would have sealed up the game. That would have broken Sen's economy. So mix something ultra disruptive in, but Sentinel's really predicting that with the passive watch. Now Redux in trouble. Oh man, 100 Thieves are happy to fight everything. This is a 2-man swing on both extremities, same time.
Awesome with a wall that comes pretty late into the round. It's going to be irritating, to say the least. Oh, they're all drifting back towards this A side.
He's just playing like a goblin right now.
This, yeah.
Okay, he drops off.
Although, yeah, Cortez is watching for this angle.
Asuna is out of there. They really think this is going to be a B play for the Dukes.
I'll handle this.
He's now realized that's not the case. At least he had some early warning. Dimensional Drift, though, is going to allow Redux to spot out a very clear lack of defenders on the site.
Asuna fully committed. The rotates need to get here ASAP to help, but that's a good flashback. Sight through.
Left himself exposed. I know he didn't want to be caught off the side entirely, but he was overwhelmed instantly.
100 Thieves are definitely playing with a lot of confidence there, and I think a bit overly so in this round, with Asuna trying to find the timing to get back into sight. Really disconnected from where 100 Thieves rotates would have had to be on the minimap to support in time. They're just too late, especially factoring in the Waylay meta and getting rushed down by her. That's just going to be too much.
I mean, that's a round where 100 Thieves for 95% of the time are down a player, and they would just really look to try and remediate that.
Yeah, they push mid, then they push both extremities paired up at once.
And Asuna may be a little too fast to rotate off the A side. I don't know what is the tip-off that, you know, he should be out of there entirely. But then, yeah, he just tries to squeeze himself back into the site, but there's a dimensionally drifting player that can see him.
I think maybe feeling like if they were there when they hear him drop off the wall, surely they instant try to blow it up and there's a Waylay right on top of you. So I think the fact that he gave that audio cue and nothing happened, that might have made them all feel like, okay, they probably are going towards B, right? But they were just, you know, slowly rotating over to that side of the map.
So round number 17 here. 100 Thieves, of course, still with that healthy buffer because, frankly, what happened in the second round of this half, this egregious, classic-driven, thrifty on that anti-eco round. Just as Sen was trying to get started, building brick by brick in. John, in contrast to his previous map, has had a very quiet outing here on the controller for this map and has not had that same level of impact.
Can't understate how important this round is right now for Sen's chance at making a comeback. The economy for 100 Thieves, despite winning an eco and stealing Sen's guns away, are now on the precipice of it being broken.
Okay, mid-round dog here. So, oh my goodness, bang. Tries to step into that space he thought was vacant. It was anything but.
Timo Cryo finding a moment to silently cross to B. 100 Thieves feel like the emphasis from Sen will be placed. Timo, 1 kill away from getting those conversion paths, and maybe there's a moment that Asuna could go for a res.
There.
Feels like this is the kind of round where that tempo gain matters off a safe res. And again, back towards A. This time I I would find it unlikely for Arsenal to commit too deeply.
Looks like he wants to get in. Look at this. 100 Thieves trying to rotate
Surely
over in
not.
time. Slow. Will offer some delay. Oh, no. That's brutal to get caught.
Oh, hinged it up. It is tough to fight from that position. And the spray follow-up catches Cryo out there in screens. That kill, specifically that kill, a huge boon for Sentinels now.
Wow, what a kill from Timo. And the convergent pass. Is that getting all three? No.
Going to catch him on towards the elbow here, but nice paranoia in response from John. Knows where Timo's coming in from. And make sure it's lights out for the waylay.
That ends up being a sizable commitment from 100 Thieves that results in, insult added to injury. Not only does SEN win the round now, that breaks their economy. 100 Thieves at different points here could have decided to save. I think, when they have the two-man left. Well, then Timatino gets one, and they risk it all on the path. So lose the round, economy broken, paths out of the game for a while. That's big for SEN. Comeback can be super legit at this point.
Cryo and Timatino hold up in mid both. Sheriffs and Stingers. They thinking about something harebrained here. Arsenal just lingers out too long. Narrate has a great sense for where they might be. Look how low these two are in mid, and yet Cryo's still able to get out with a kill. No gun though.
Even though Narrate knows he hit that saturate, even he knows that he shouldn't be committing to it, right? I mean, no sense in going for that aggro of a play to pick off a guy that just has a sheriff and lower HP. Just relax. Don't make a mistake. Don't throw any guns away right now. It's going to be dangerous for Cortez. That wall up, he wants to push through it.
He might catch you. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's a good catch, but he might go down. There's two players flanking him. That's super aggro. Pretty high risk.
Does Bang have the stopping power here, though? Cortez has definitely drawn a couple of 100 Thieves players over towards that side of the map. Doesn't linger too long. Credit to him there. Bang has to get away here with the paranoia. Now fake TP, though. Where could he be? Narrate's looking for him. And it bought enough time for Timo to arrive with the rifle picked from Cortez's body.
Cryo just with that sheriff, but there's never a just with that sheriff for Cryo. He's been hitting some sick shots with it in this series so far. Timo able to maybe get some info, then refract, or a free kill into it.
And he had the refract anyway. Now it is up to John. No paranoia here. Just the TP. And he's obviously getting double swung. He cuts that angle up so nicely. There was no chance for Cryo to help, and now it will be down to Timo. No armor, but John is low. Tap of the spike. Gonna have to get up early if you want to come at the king. John will stick around the corner. Little peek, John low on ammunition! And Timo gets there! This guy is unreal, and he has done enough to keep 100 Thieves in the lead.
These eco rounds, simply the undoing of Sentinels on this half, man. That is what a victory for 100 Thieves will come down to. Cryo out in the open, 11 HP. Nuts shot from Cortez.
30 seconds.
He's going to regret over-committing to that. You just don't need to be going for work kills
They're going to
there.
know your name, Tim. They're going to know your name. Of course they will. Everyone will.
I mean, they're not wrong, man. After a showing like this against SEN, the consistent foe of 100 Thieves, as you mentioned, the team that has bested them in every kickoff so far. Timo is turning up, and you can't help but feel like SEN really just threw that one away. Solo plays not necessary. Guns given up. Here's Timo up on the line. Opportunity for the first kill.
Prowler will force Timo to get on out. Again, Nightfall. Catch on, convergent pass. They're going to throw everything out this round. Sentinels betting the house on it. And they've caught Timo already. This TP here for Bang is just to get into position. Cortez is close, though, and shuts him down.
Spike planted.
Sentinels have spent extensively here in round number 19, but it looks like it may well have been enough.
I mean, yeah, they've got one flash to try to get back in and use it. They're through screens right now.
Cryo, okay. Gets fortunate there. Slow warp, though, is in his way. Arsenal's trying to bide his time. Okay.
Arsenal like jump peek there to have the trade come through on the swing. That's a play that he loves to go for, but SEN finding success with it. A nice conversion pass committed from Narrate that just removes Timatino from the server as the anchor. He had zero options. Cortez far back. Here's the TP from Bang. Crosshair placement to collect. from him on
Nice
that
guy,
kill.
good job.
I don't know if it could be any more excessive than that, though. I mean, Nightfall and Convergent Paths.
Anti-eco for SEN. Anti-eco alert. They must win this. They must win this. It can't happen for a third time in this half.
Money's looking okay for Sentinels, and bear in mind, in that EG series they were trailing and then ended up winning out the series once they started to get a bit of momentum.
Redux picks up the anti-eco gun. He has the outlaw. He's waiting for the aggression. However, it's over on that A side. Okay, so far, so good. Cortez containing.
What?
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Now as well, like, he pushed really deep onto the A side. That is valuable information. This lets 100 Thieves really concentrate 3 players on this stack, but there is time in the round for a cross here through sewer or up mid. And 100 Thieves are kind of matching this already. Is this a pump fake though? Do we go heaven instead?
It looks like it. Austin with the res, but shouldn't have a chance to use it here. Just slowing them down with the orb. Going to do it again as he's stunned up. Doesn't catch him.
Oh yeah, rough. Not punished for that somehow. Arsenal. Don't know how he got out alive, but he still needs to have an impact in this round. That's more important. Teasing some shots out. A lot of footsteps on rafters, and yeah, Arsenal just doesn't have the right weapon for that scenario. That window closed long before that moment.
Exposing himself to the long angle, and that should be enough for SEN to close this out. Unless Aura wins an isolated 1v1, you know, over in B main, maybe opportunity there. Huge fight coming up.
It could be free. No, John knows. Fully aware. Happy just to keep him contained in B main for the time. Being at Redux, well, satisfy himself with a couple of easy kills. Before he's done it again. Also takes a minimum of damage in that exchange. Keeping a cap on this SEN economy could make the comeback, the run back, that much more difficult.
Redux, third on the round to deal with him. Dimensional Drift moving into the next. Could definitely see SEN going for an easy 1-2. Dimensional Drift, clear out the site. Cortezia drops the pit. Keep it nice and simple. But there would be counters for the pit from 100 Thieves as they have a lot of ults heading into this. Importantly, Seekers to try and locate the Viper in there. And then when you do get the info on the player's location, Convergent Paths from Timotino. So
Let's go.
This could be an ult combo.
Very much an inflection point now. A lot rides on this round. It doesn't mean curtains for the economy of Sentinels, but it gets 100 Thieves that much closer. And if they can if they win a round here, save some ultimates, then dangerous, dangerous for Sentinels.
Very early pit now in mid. Pretty standard though from your Viper just to try and deny that space. And Austin throwing that fast, slow orb, wanting to force Sentinels to need to, you know, maybe re-clear this with some util, but they just wait for the dark cover to drop and get multiple players swinging out of it. Silent contact take. And
Bang
here we
is
go.
stacked here with Timo on the low ground. No heaven presence at all, and Narrate's walked into it, straight into a crossfire. TP attempt there, but Timo's gonna at least find the trade, and then what? Then what? Sentinels stuck back out in B main with the Vipers still very much in the game. Seekers trained on their location.
Frankly, I'm just confused at the lack of dimensional drift being used to get in there. Find the location of a player, disrupt positioning, then have Narrate go for the light speed, double dash in, knows where to throw the saturate right away, can get an easier kill. I don't understand why that ult just isn't used on an execute in this round. On a round where 100 Thieves are at 11, that's honestly kind of perplexing.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. They're trying to make the dash towards A. They're going to be able to get into the site. Cortezia can and should be dropping the pit on this round, no doubt. They need to win this 3v4 out. At least they've gotten the 4 Seekers out. They've gotten that Convergent Paths out. Well, awesome, the easy res.
10 seconds left.
It'll be more difficult to clear them out of this pit. That could be their saving grace.
So with 4-5 players now return, they're going to go for it. John sees Timo coming. 3 players in that spawn direction now. Kai going to try to keep them out. Double swing into them. This is getting costly for 100 Thieves. They're down to 3. But Cryo taking John out of the game is big. It's just Cortezia left. He's made his way over towards screens. And he has to go absolutely monumentally big to keep Sen's head above the water. Player on the spike, trying to spray it and shows himself. There's the defuse, and 100 Thieves get 2 match points.
Just able to defuse around the corner there as well. I just don't know about that round, man. I think SEN could have approached that in a much simpler way, just ults here. I mean, Narrate is dashed in, doesn't know there's a player backside. If they drift in, they know it's there. Also, if they're just going for the TP play backside, the TP is like, I'm really confused at what just happened there.
It's rushed. It's just a bit rushed.
And obvious timeout coming in here now, not just to get a strat for this last round on the bye, I think from Cap.
Himself and his playstyle.
Yeah, if you're a 100 Thieves fan, this outfit that they have this year is strong with a combination of the new talent, fresh ideas from their coaching staff, a renowned coach and Doom Bros and NBS with the Send as well. They've been around forever. They have the experience. Let's see if 100 Thieves can close this out or if SEN can make the comeback and bring us to OT. They have that dimensional drift out of the timeout. What is the plan that Kaplan has given them? Cortezia was early on that A side, but now rotating off. Looks like they want to work into some kind of B hit, but main, controlled right now by Bang, has the ability to take a first engagement, try to quick TP away if necessary.
Where does this dimensional drift fit into the game plan for Sentinels? You know they've planned to use it here. They've got no other option.
100 Thieves are pretty baited into stacking up towards A right now. There was even that rotate from Cryo, but he's quick to get back towards B Heaven. Vora alongside him on that rotate. If they split into B here, Sentinels, the main fight is so pivotal. What can Bang accomplish? Or will John be able to just remove him from this side of the map?
Center teasing the ropes.
I mean, honestly, that's given the game away. I think that's made it obvious. Austin is already on the rotate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he does stop. He does stop.
Second guessed himself. Drift onto the B site now. Bang has to step back and he just gets caught out. Nothing you could do, John, just a little better there. Redux gets into the backside. What you want to see from your Yoru. Now Timo would have had to have done something absurd to win that engagement out. And all things considered, pretty quiet from 100 Thieves as Sentinels finally starting to look like they're composed after that timeout. Kaplan's whipped him into shape. And Cryo is looking black and blue.
Yeah, great job on that execute with Redux getting in back sight, able to get that one kill. But crucially, it was that B main fight that I mentioned, John, just being able to best Bang there in the 1v1. If Bang wins that out and is a nuisance, all of a sudden that attempt at actually splitting is pretty nullified, right? So John getting a crucial kill on a map that has been more silent than his Tejo on Corrode, but stepping up when they need him.
I take credit for the curse. I think I coined the previous map as one of the best we've seen from him, and we've seen some incredible maps from him. In a loss, he was able to look fantastic. Sentinels here, trying to stay alive in our middle round. Drop down to lowers, and then it could be all over.
I mean, that's John just catching the Bang actually on the retreat. They were forcing him back. And 100 Thieves, I mean, they had so much money. Actually, they don't even have that much money. I thought they were going to have a bit more at this point, but no, a couple players there just walking in, throwing the guns away. So if SEN win this round, the 100 Thieves buy for the last round is going to be pretty messy. Puts them in an awkward spot.
Can they get it done with this Stinger and rifle assortment? Sentinels really heavy presence on A.
Yeah,
Arsenal can't get deep into B to confirm this, but now they're going to know. Vora trying to fight in the middle of the action. Going to be John, though, for 2 and 3. Yet again, he's put Sentinels in a winning position. Muscling his way into heaven. Now he'll stick around and make sure 100 Thieves can't pull at the threads.
Just lights them up. When they needed him most, he is back. Both 100 Thieves players trying to maneuver through heaven. John could catch the timing to seal this round up. Nice cross here from Cortezia as well.
John's been behind him this whole time. Arsenal's not going to be ready for it at all. And an ace from John QT. Brilliant.
That is his second of the series, by the way. 1 on each map. Shooting off the scoreboard.
He was 4 and 10.
Oh, look at that. Nice little transfer down to the rope and then really patient, finds the perfect moment. And SEN also, you know, even if they have a nice crossfire with one guy backside, John in heaven, Cortezia in main. And because of 100 Thieves not saving on that other round and kind of throwing their last couple guns away, Their buy here is modest at best. Couple stingers, Guardian, etc. Asuna and Timatino, guys with rifles. You definitely want Timo to have one.
Brilliance there from Sentinels, and are able to double down. It's Redux who has Timo Crying just run straight at him. Asuna at least able to assert himself here, but it's not remotely enough. Not with John on the side, bang as low as he is. And quick as you know it, we're off to overtime.
They're just overrun on that round. What was going on in Mail with Redux? They thought they had a timing to catch him off a teleport, I think? Just double jump into him with pistols, and he gets an easy little two-piece, and then Swift from Sen back out in main. Narrate here, immediate off of that Prowler onto Asuna.
I told you. Yo, let me ace, let me call you the round.
All right, John's back home. Whoa.
Calling the round?
That's crazy.
He was 4-10, now 16-12.
Hey, he said he still likes to throw in those ideas sometimes, like supplemental caller for Caillou, who's going to be in charge the majority of the time. Redux up to 27 kills. That is sick from him. The bounce back from week 1 is definitely continuing. Can Sen take us to map 3 now, after stringing 3 in a row to take us to OT.
This puts Hunter Thieves, though, back on the attack side. Obviously, their composition lets them get into B without being pressured from Heaven. That's why we've got no Heaven presence, really, for Sen here. They know that Sage Wall is always going to be a factor. They want to fight here in the side.
Paranoia definitely going to deny 100 Thieves for now if they had any intentions of legitimately getting in with that timing window.
Cryo, again, this is what we saw earlier in that first half from him. Really passive, just holding a line, not pushing up. So he'll start to drift over and maybe give them a mid to Heaven lurk prospect now.
Yeah, it looks like they just want to go for a straight up B hit, Cryo, delay, maybe catch a rotate in mid, double dash coming through.
Almost in, but not fully committed, doesn't hit backside. Definitely gets Sentinel scurrying around a little bit. Redux caught inside that slow orb right now. This is classy work from Timo. Redux able to take the trade, but only one more for him. And with Caillou and Narrate from the outside looking in, and Cryo has been waiting. Slow, patient round here from the Viper.
30 seconds left.
And he'll put Caillou in a very uncomfortable spot.
Even at that, taking no risks, just molly down, backs away, triple up. 100 Thieves ready to just play this textbook, close this out.
No one showing anything. Vora there caught out. That's just not a line that was being watched. Too deep was Cryo's position in that back corner, and so 100 Thieves get their attack round after a spell. And Timo fighting in the site still looks just as good as it did on the first half.
It's that swarm coming through on site. John needing to deal with a pillar wrap from Timatino. Redux can't really do much to swing resist from that angle. He's playing backside in the slow, tries his best with a two-piece, but not enough.
Oh, Matt, you are nice, bro.
And then Cryo is just late, patient in mid, playing to the intentions of the plan with Bind. That was his switch up, the Bind Brim.
Yeah, it was always a good look. He was always very active, fighting in the A side on defense, inside those smokes. Now, Sentinels looked really good on these attack side rounds towards the end of regulation, so surely not a whole lot to retool here.
Asuna placing that wall over in A main early. Opportunity for them to close out the game, take Sen's map pick.
Asuna's always trying to leave the site early. Look at this. Again, he's already gone. Back into Heaven, but pulled off away from main pretty quickly.
100 Thieves ready for a bit of a double face into mid. Crowd jiggling. I mean, what is that spray? What is that? All of a sudden, the entry player for Sen is down. The space creator removed.
Okay, there's Cortez.
That's a hell of a shot.
Gonna open up that A side of the map. Cortez always wanted to chime in with some ungodly accuracy at an important moment.
Opens it up, but they don't want to accelerate just yet. 100 Thieves on this silent re-clear of mid.
Leave Timo, yep.
Maybe resulting in a situation where a flanker like Timatino will be faster than Sen expect. And when their hit comes in, could set up a crossfire fighting from main while one of the 100 Thieves players or multiple get the screens.
This is slower, though, than I expected. I think they're waiting for some of these cooldowns to come back around. And so Sen are going to hit the site, but look at how close behind them Timo is. He's really managed to cover some ground here. he's going to be ready to fight.
Yeah, a bit of an accidental team flash. Everyone from SEN relegated to backside. They're going to have to work together, set up some good crossfires to win these duels.
Saturate, is there any way to play with that, though? It's unclear. Teemo's very, very low. Bang is asking for more. Knocking on the door. Vora ready to swing off him there as well. And Vora is able to win it out. It's going to be Teemo v John. The two standouts. And John shuts him down yet again. Any problem you have, leaky faucet, flat tire, risk of losing the series, just call John.
Timatino trying to work with his bread and butter there. We've seen him clutch with the dash-in shotguns a couple times just throughout the entirety of Kickoff. Honestly, it always feels like a sure play when you're watching it. But John is able to get that spray down in time. Kaplan is elated. And they are still in the mix. It's not over just yet. What was John's stat line again? And now he's at 19 for 13?
4 and 10.
Crazy. All right, pace back from Timatino to get up ramp. 100 Thieves. Intentions of working quickly here, and there it wants to slow it down with a hinder.
Back to the side for Narrate, play a little safer. Leave Redux tucked in here, under rafters. Cryo out, Narrate a little wayward. This is, it's not clean, I'll say that much. Redux inside the smoke here, Shorty makes short work of Teemo. The Sentinels are down a player until Cortezia gets in, but it is 100 Thieves all up and on this site, and Rafter presence for Bang could be dangerous.
Asuna close up with the Shorty. Everyone from SEN trying to get out of screens right now. Bang on the swing, perfect timing, what a shot!
Oh, and no more than that required from 100 Thieves. Asuna, a real problem there in elbow, and once again, they will take advantage in this overtime.
Bang really has looked sharp today with the Phantom. Those jiggle peaks, crosshair as steady as it gets. Vora up in heaven catching that one was nice, and you know, I thought Cortezia was going to bring it back when he removes Vora, removes any potential from a heaven swing. They can focus forward. The shots from Bang were just too nice, too clean.
Glass cannon up for Teemo.
Mixing it up, playing over towards A main right now. Teleport from Redux is all the way thrown towards A, so that definitely implies that he wants to make some noise, get back there. They go into this A hit. Dog, so Teemo can get on the line.
No connection there. I think it might have been a clone. Up to the side we go now, very quickly. Vora's going to have to tuck his way back into elbow. Redux could be in trouble here, has to get crashed out because of the snake bite, but still got Cryo on the backside. Vora again anchoring well, and Asuna doggedly fights for that heaven position. Got to top himself back up, but this is getting a little bit uncomfortable. Claustrophobic as it was. Asuna Houdini's his way out of the coffin. And now it's on John and Cortezia. Running together, usually the saviors for so many of these Sentinels rounds. They've got to do it yet again. And Bang looking for a timing. They're just too fast. Heads on swivels, Cortezia and John shut the duo down. And now Vora called up from Tier 2, called up to call for one of the most iconic franchises in VCT. Has to 1v2 these two to win the series?
Cortezia as well, about to get the pit off this plant. Going to pop that right away. Vora, no utility to work with. Has to go through this dark cover as well. What a nightmare, but what a shot!
What? Vora almost had it! Moments away from some real filthy stuff. Cortezia shuts him down, and once again, we'll see 100 Thieves go back on the attack side. Round number 29.
100 Thieves are just simply cursed to play out infinite 1v2s where their player gets one, gets so close, but just cannot win out the clutch. Cortezia jumping to the side, swift to get the Vandal back out. And they're not done just yet. When will the team win on defense?
Brazil was alive and well. This year I feel like so many teams going to the well of challenges in America, bringing so much talent forward. It's their time to shine.
Time for the players to dial back in after a little break. Sentinels on defense. The side in the server that these teams just have not been able to figure out in OT. Timatino fast at mid with the rest of the team, just playing around this cloud for the moment. As a crossfire is set up by SEN, and actually backing off, but it was watching towards mail for at least a moment. Vora clearing out some space with this Trailblazer. And Timatino can garner it off the back of the knowledge that his initiator got. But some of these actually pivoting
There.
everyone towards a main, leaving the Waylay on the lurk right now.
But Redux is starting to get pretty antsy on that B side. He's been able to get pretty far forward. So this allows for a drift over of John. He's heading over to A to help out. And there's eyes turned towards drop. Yeah, Caillou concerned about a wrap from mid here. That's definitely on the cards at this time. It's really about finding the timing. Cortesia's going to have his back turned for it though, and Timo emerges. Cortesia, no chance to do a thing about it. Caillou cut out in the open now, especially guns trained in all directions. And he had nowhere to go. Once again,
left.
great opening sequence here for 100 Thieves on these attack side rounds.
But Timatino on that lurk definitely gets a lot accomplished. Finds the moment to get the kill on Cortesia, and then straight after that, oh, spam through from Neri. This is getting awkward. Is really expecting that someone is in vents,
He
and
can't get out of here.
he is right. Timo is chilling, man.
Bang unbothered, low in health, but knows Timo can just pop back up. They'll have a crossfire set up, potentially, making use of this smoke. I mean, Nare looks a little lost in that kind of moment. Timo for 3 in the round, conversion parts earned, and made extensive use of to close a flawless round here for 100 Thieves.
Definitely making a name for himself in Kickoff and in this series. Absolute phenom pulled up from Tier 2 with this TSM core that is merged with 100 Thieves here.
And these timings he is finding, it's an innate sense for them.
You should just see the effectiveness on
I just had to
Waylay
breathe a little bit.
again.
I don't know what was happening before.
With the double dash out, Heaven just breaks the crosshair of the anchor. Free kill for 100 Thieves when they pull out of main. Again, 100 Thieves win the first round. They have to close it out. But SEN have been unrelenting in this situation. They've clutched up. Will they do it again? Will there be another series of OT rounds? Timatino's back to the rifle. Last time was using that glass cannon operator, shying away from here.
Hundred Thieves are not afraid to stick their necks out for each other in mid. Poison Orb has just been thrown down now, so there's some room to breathe here. Timo's going for it. I mean, I think SEN have been playing for this. They've been waiting for something like that. Can they do a thing about it? No opportunity. But this is time. Bled down. We're down to a minute here. Still limited information for Sentinels about what the map looks like.
Timatino just waiting to safely cross back. SEN gathering up for this A hit after making some presence known towards that middle side. It's just Asuna on a ultra passive position, basically playing for spam. We've seen him really willing though to try and get back sight during hit timings. Looks like he might be thinking about doing it again, but this time, you know, in contrast to some previous rounds like this, he has support getting into the site. Now doubled up with Cryo.
Eyes on Timatino here. He could be huge. Flashed out. Can he escape? Good. Saturate, but it's a clone. Still will be able to double dash away. Vorid steps in. He's always able to find these running little kills. There's Asuna inside the smoke looking good, but John always an issue. He's found yet another one. Cryo, those kept the dream alive here for 100 Thieves. Plant going down. Cryo behind the screens here. Swing timing is perfect, and John has to do it again. With 22 health, it's too much to ask. Cryo shuts it down. And we'll finally have the defuse here to give 100 Thieves their first dub against the Sentinels franchise in VCT.